Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Yekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodarascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambah Skandapurvajaha Suklam Bharadharam Vishnum Tativarnam Chaturbhujam Pasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyat Viradavaktradhya Parishadhya Parastatam Vigham Vighanti Tatatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishnadvaipaya Namjatam Sarva Bhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasra Murte Purushottamasya Sahasra Vetranana Padabaho Sahasra Namnam Savanam Prachastam Niruchate Janma Jaradi Santyai. With Swami's grace, let us continue with our partaking of the beautiful, sweet aspects of Vishnu Sahasranamam. And with Bhagavan's grace, I am sharing in my very limited manner how Sankara Bhashyam and Parasara Bhattar experienced and tasted Sahasranamam. And then I also share with you whatever I have experienced from Bhagavan. Today we will take up the name Damodaraha. We came up to Margo Hetuhu. One second. Damodaraha. It will come. Okay, we came up to Slokam 40. We finished 39. Started Slokam number 40. Viksharo rohito margo hetur damodara sadaha mahi dharo mahabhago vegavana mitasanaha. Viksharaha rohitaha margaha hetuhu. We covered that. And the next name is Damodaraha. Damodaraha is extremely beautiful, majestic, at the same time a name that is potent with so many meanings of how Bhagavan appears in front of us. As both Sankara Bhagavad and Parasara Bhattar, they give similar meanings to this. I don't like to use the word interpretation as people normally tend to do, because Bhagavan cannot be interpreted, and you have to taste him, you have to experience him, and the different aspects that different people have experienced throughout the history of time. And what Sankara Bhagavad says is that when Damodaraha is when Bhagavan is experienced after I control my senses and then control my mind, and then my intelligence shines, because intelligent buddhi is the closest to Atma. So when the mind is controlled, that means has no desires, senses are controlled, they're just doing their job. Then what happens to buddhi? Buddhi shines in the effulgence of Atma that it is next to. And that meaning, after having victory over all the indriyas, all the senses, when the buddhi is completely placed in Atma, the knowledge that comes at that time, that is Damodaraha. Now, here Damodara, as Sankara Bhagavad says, this is how Mahabharatam and Brahma Puranam explain the meaning of the word Damodara. And Dama is, the word Dama is actually becomes Dama, and Udara becomes Udara. Dama Udaraha is Damodaraha. The way is Dama Udaraha. Dama means control, self-control, and Udaraha coming out of, right? And the other thing is, beautifully Mahabharatam and Brahma Puranam explains, says Adi Sankara, the various names, there are infinite names, and as Bhishma said in the beginning, there are so many names that all these rishis have given, out of which I am giving a few only to you, right? So Bhagavan's names are infinite names he has, infinite names. And out of which a few have been selected by Bhishma and given to us, which we call as Sahasranamam. So where do all the infinite names, where do they reside? They reside in the stomach of this entity, this prema. So Damodara also means the prapanjam. We call it prapanjam as in the gross form, planets and stars and all that, and galaxies. No. The names are also prapanjam, the nama prapanjam. So all the nama prapanjam are in the stomach of Bhagavan. That is Damodaraha. This is how Mahabharatam and Brahma Puranam explain. Another meaning is Damam and Udara. We talked about it. Damam also means Sukham. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu viyetu. Sukham just does not mean physical comfort or mental comfort. That is the sense of well-being, the state of equilibrium. And that Damam is Sukham. Udaraha, that comes out. That is another meaning that Mahabharatam gives in the Devas. Devas here attain that Sukham because Devas control their senses. And then when they experience Bhagavan this way, because that is why Dhamma Udaraha is called Damodaraha, is what Mahabharatam says. And the other meaning is the one that we are all familiar with, which comes in Vishnu Puranam and also Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's one day what happened. That's a story that I will share with you today. In one early morning in Brahma Bhurtam, Yasoda gets up as she normally does and goes into the room adjoining the kitchen and starts churning curd to make butter. And while she was churning, she was thinking about her little boy, little son, Krishna, sleeping there, and thinking about the little infant, and was singing or humming very melodiously some very sweet songs, thinking about Krishna. And the churning was going on. At this time, Krishna gets up and crawls to where she is and comes and tugs at her sari. And Yasoda, who had her eyes closed and was she was lost in her own world of sweetness of Krishna, immediately opens her eyes and sees Krishna tagging at the sari. So immediately she stops churning, picks him up, and puts him on her lap. And Krishna was crying, so she said, "Oh, you want to drink milk?" So she started feeding him. And then she continues, while she fed him, she was also caressing his beautiful curly hair very softly and gently. So it was a divine moment. At that time, there was a noise in the kitchen, as if something fell down. So immediately the normal reaction we all have is what Yashoda also had. So she picks up Krishna from her lap, puts him on the floor, and rushes to see what happened, what fell in what was the noise coming from in the kitchen. And then there's a cat that had actually pushed a small pot that fell down on the floor, and so that where the noise was. So she was coming back to the other room. In the meantime, this child who was, sucking milk and enjoying himself in the early morning, this is about 3:30, 4:30. So it's pleasant, mornings are always so pleasant. And the child, with the milk feeding being stopped halfway, which child would tolerate it? So the child's not, but this particular child did not cry when the milk feed caught. It played a beautiful drama. It feigned anger, that its hunger has not been appeased, and so it kind of looked around there, and then there was the curd and the butter on the being churned on that and all that. So it kicked that pot, and all the curd along with whatever butter had been extracted fell on the ground, and then Krishna kind of danced on it and then went out. In the meantime, after he's gone out, Yashoda comes into that room and looks at it. Krishna is not there. Immediately she's frightened. Where is Krishna? Krishna, she calls. And then she finds all these beautiful footsteps that are soaked in curd, that little baby steps that were leading towards the door. So she follows it. And this is it's a beautiful meaning that so many bhaktas explain this in so many ways. All around our life, there are footprints of Bhagavan. Okay, that is, Bhagavan shows us in our life, every day, even in this moment. Okay, we are just oblivious to it, we are blind to it. But there are footprints of this Krishna in our life, in every one of our lives, all the time. And it is showing us the way, where to go. Follow me, is what it says, right? So she follows those physical footprints, goes out to the door at 4:30 in the morning, and of course everybody had woken up, and those two people get up early, so she goes searching for Krishna, house after house after house, and Yashoda's house was the very first one on that street, very first one. And so she goes one house after another to say, did you see my Krishna? Did you see my Krishna? And all that. And no, nobody had seen him. And then finally, the very last house, as she enters, and she finds Krishna there. And what was Krishna doing? And he had put two pots, one on top of the other, gotten up on top of the top pot, trying to reach the butter that was put in a cloth and just kept hanging from the low ceiling there. So he was trying to reach it. So she catches him red-handed, trying to steal butter. All these times, all her friends, all the other mothers and other young ladies, in that on the street, they were all came and used to complain to Yashoda that your son is so mischievous. He comes and steals all our butters and gives it out. All our curd, he takes it out. All our milk, he spreads it as if it belongs to him. What will we do? The complaint kept on coming, but she ignored it. She said, how can a small child do this? Now she catches him red-handed, as any mother would do. She becomes very angry. Come here. She jumps at him. I'll show you. The moment he comes, and Krishna with a beautiful, as if he feigns fear in his eyes and looks at Yashoda with his Kamalakand, with his lotus eyes, feigning fear in it, and he immediately jumps down, from on top of the pot where he was standing and runs away. And Yasoda chases him early morning. And Krishna he goes here and there, changes directions. So Yasoda keeps on chasing him. But very soon, what happens? Yasoda was a little bit on the plump side. And Krishna is a sprightly young child. How any one of us can keep up with a child? So the child runs and Yasoda chases, and very soon she pants and her speed slows down. And knowing this, Krishna also slows down. He doesn't run very fast. He still runs in a way where he was about to be caught by Yasoda, but still a little bit out of reach. In the same way he does to each one of us in our life. He is within our reach, but a little bit beyond it. And finally, when they come to Yasoda's house, Krishna allows himself to be captured. Yasoda immediately grabs him and takes him there and places him next to a huge mortar which she used to pulverize and make powders for spices and all that, huge one, and rice flour and all. She says, "Stand here, I will show you." And then Krishna is standing there with his eyes clasped, with his hands clasped, and with a feigning anger on his face, and with tears about to come out of his eyes, as if about to cry. And as any child that who has been caught playing a mischief, how the child will be. That's the beautiful sight of Krishna there. And Yasoda runs inside, brings a rope, and I will show you. You all these days, how can you rascal, and all this. So she tries to tie him to the mortar, and then when she brings the two ends of that little rope, and they were just a little bit short. She about tie him around his waist, but they were a little bit short. She says, "Stay here, don't run." And then she goes inside, brings another rope, ties it. She makes, and that rope also, even the lengthened two ropes joined together, also falls a little bit short. Then she goes like this, brings in a few more pieces of rope and strings and all that. Whatever she does, and they're always a little bit short, in spite of all the long rope that she had tied together. And she becomes frustrated and angry. She, in this flurry of activity that she goes through, she forgets, she does not, or misses seeing the wonder, the miracle that is taking place right in front of her eyes. That whatever length of rope she brings, right, and ties them together, still she is not able to tie them around the little stomach of this little child. She misses seeing that miracle. So she becomes frustrated. The moment she becomes frustrated and about to give up, then the both ends of the rope meet. So she ties, and again, completely having missed this miracle, she scolds Krishna, "Stay here, I will come and show you. I will mete you out the punishment that you deserve." And she vents out all her anger and frustration of receiving all the complaints, because which mother likes to receive complaints about the child, right? And everybody wants to receive only praise. Here, all along, the type of complaint she has been receiving is, "Your child is a thief, he's a chore," is what everybody says. And no mother would like to hear that. Now she has seen it red-handed, she is boiling mad. "I will come and mete out the punishment you deserve. Wait here." And she goes inside. This incident that took place, Dama Udaraha, because of that, Krishna is called Damodaraha. That's how Bhagavan gets the name Damodaraha. So whenever I hear this name, I think of this beautiful thing that happened on that early morning. Now, I narrated the story to you very, very briefly. It's an extremely sweet incident that took place in the life of Yasoda, and how Krishna manifested himself not just once, but in so many ways. The footprints, how Bhagavan, when we chase him, how he he seems to be a little bit beyond our reach when I seek him and when I go and grasp his lotus feet. It seems to be a little bit beyond, but he's within my reach. And how he himself makes himself available, not available, accessible, is the word, accessible to the devotee. How he plays and his miracles, all this Damodaraha is taking place in our life every moment. I try to bind him with my devotion, but my devotion is not enough. So it doesn't bind him. Radha was able to bind him. Dhruva was able to bind him. Kannappa Nayanar was able to bind him. But I am not able to because my devotion is not ripe yet. The moment it becomes ripe, automatically he is bound to me. And such a beautiful name Damodara we have. All these sweet names that are existing, that are living, residing very happily and merrily and joyously in the Udaraha, in the stomach of Bhagavan. So he Damodaraha. Damodaras Saha. Saha. Saha means, we say in the phrase in Tamil, Saguchuko, that means to bear it, to tolerate something. In how Swami bears each one of us, how he bears me in spite of my bad conduct, in spite of the bad thoughts I have, in spite of the lack of discipline I have, like in spite of my lack of sacrifice, in spite of my selfishness, right? How polluted and impure and dirty that I am, in spite of that, in spite of all that, how Swami tolerates me, how he bears me. Tolerate is even the wrong word. How he bears me and carries me in his hand, right? Because this he supports the whole world like this. That is Sagaha. And also it means one who conquers everything and one who's victorious over everything. And this is Sagaha. He is Lakshmipati. He is the one who is the protector of Mahalakshmi herself and the one who Mahalakshmi herself sought and obtained, right? And that is something that is the greater than the greatest. That's how it is. In spite of that, when he comes as an avataram, he's very humble. And in Krishna avataram, how he allowed Yasoda to tie him, right, in humility and the service attitude that every avataram, no avataram exercises the yajamanatvam, the rulership, the lordship. No, you will always find that every avataram serves and serves and serves only. This humility that Bhagavan has, that is Sagaha, that aspect of it. So, Damodaras Sagaha. Viksharo rohito margo hetu Damodaras Sagaha. Mahidharo mahabhago vegavanamitasanaha. Mahidharaha mahabhagaha vegavan amitasanaha. Mahidharaha, the one who supports and carries the whole prapancham, the one who supports the whole world, the earth, if you want to bring it to where we live, and one who appears, manifests as the mountains, various mountains. And these mountains, what is the job that the mountains do? They just don't appear like that. They actually support the earth. How come? Because we know scientifically, because of the movements of the plates under the earth, as we call in science, right? When they move and collide with each other, and immediately the surface of the earth, blooms up and huge mountains are created. What happens if that had not taken place? Right? Imagine for a second. Because of that, these mountains actually support the very earth on which they appeared. That is Mahidharaha. Mahabhagaha. Now, Mahabhagaha is, as the name implies, if you can understand, is the enjoyments and the pleasures. Swami says, the whole prapancham is for you to enjoy. I've created this for you to enjoy. Now, He's just not created human beings and there's nothing else, right? There is phenomenal amount of every direction you see. Nature, the Prakriti is giving us only joy and pleasure through our five senses, right? And these enjoyments, are the greatest enjoyments of all, the essence of all these joy-giving things, the enjoyment that we have, that is Mahabhagaha. Mahabhagaha. And Bhagavan. Bhagavan is something each one of us can relate to right this instant itself. I know that within me there is something that is constant, right? Whether you call it conscience or whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. It is constant and it is also immovable. It does not move. It does not move at all. But even though it is immovable, even though it does not it does not move or shake or anything, and it has got tremendous speed. Tremendous speed. So that aspect of Bhagavan that is within me is Bhagavan. Now, Parasara Bhattar says, in addition to this, when he came as a small child, as Krishna, even though he was playing around merrily and spreading happiness and joy and bliss to everybody around and everything around, including stones and trees, the speed of his Aiswaratvam, the speed of his divinity, so to speak, that never decreased. And that the speed of the divinity with which it is present and entered everything is incredibly great. That's the infinite speed with which it is present everywhere, even though it does not move at all. It's immovable. This pratishthanam, it is established, so it cannot move, but it moves at tremendous speed. So Amita Sanaha, it means in the time of Pralayam, Mahapralayam especially, see in my daily life what happens, I go to sleep, I get into deep sleep. What happens to the world? That is the first sort of Pralayam that takes place in our life. Daily it takes place. So the whole world disappears and everything I have swallowed within myself while I deep sleep. Then there is a next Pralayam that takes place at the end of Kalpam, right? At the end of Bhagavan, Brahma's day, and after 1000 Mahayugams, then when Brahma goes to sleep, the whole world disappears and dissolves. Then there is even a greater Pralayam that takes place at the end of Brahma's life. So there are these three types of Pralayams are there. Where the Amita Sanaha means, this is called Samharam. We call it Pralayam, is one word. But what happens in Pralayam, when we say it dissolves and disappears, these are all English words, but the Sanskrit word is Samharam. Samharam means garland. Sam means divine. So they become a divine garland. Even though we call it disappearance, actually Bhagavan wears that. Whatever has been created becomes a Samharam. It's a divine garland. During this Pralayam time, Bhagavan actually, in our language, consumes all the manifested creations as food, like the way we eat food, right? Bhagavan, he eats the whole prapancham as his food at the time of Pralayam, at the time of Samhara. So that is why he's called Amita Sanaha. Amita Sanaha. He eats the whole prapancham at the time of Pralaya, at the time of Samharama, Pralayam, or the dissolution, whatever we call it. So Amitasanaha. Mahidharo Mahabhago Vegavan Amitasanaha Udbhavahat Shobano Devas Srigarbha Parameswaraha. Udbhavaha, as the name implies, we all can understand this straight away. Udbhavaha, something that comes out of. The whole prapancham has come out. He is the reason for it. And not only has the creation come out of this, because Ekoham Bahusyam, one, I created myself from myself, right? The one became many. That is what Udbhavaha implies. After that, what happened? But even though things have been created, he is not attached to the creation. Why? It is nothing but me standing in front of a mirror and looking at my image. Am I attached to my image? No. Yes, I can make corrections the way I look and all that. But looking at the image, I say, no, I have to improve, I have to comb my hair or whatever else I want to do. But I'm not attached to the image. Bhagavan is the whole prapancham is a projection. It's a reflection of Bhagavan in the mirror of Prakriti, in the mirror of nature. So Udbhavaha, the reason for the creation, and one who is also unattached to it. And another one is Parasara Bhattar enjoy this in the because he's as a part of Krishna avatar, and the way Parasara Bhattar tastes Sahasranamam, different slokams, he looks at it as different avatar. See, here he says Udbhavaha, for if you are do dhyana and meditate on this little child who was being bound by the rope by his mother, and enjoy that scene and taste and then immerse yourself in that, then you get freed from the bondage of life and death. That is Udbhavaha. That is how Parasara Bhattar experiences that. So Udbhavaha, Shobanaha. Next week, Shobanaha is once a creation takes place, it is not something that happened in the past. Right this moment, my mind is creating my world, my thoughts, my feelings, the words I have heard, everything is being created there only, right? And same way in your mind, whatever you're hearing, that is exactly what you're creating. Now, the thing that has been created, while I'm not attached to the one, the divinity within me is not attached to the one that is being created, even though I am attached to it because of my mind and my body and all that. That's the problem. But anything that is created, along with that, not only have I created an object or a name or whatever, I've also created the Maya, which means I'm separated from the creator, right? So both the illusion and the objects of illusion that have been created, what happens to them? There's a tremendous amount of, it's like stirring the pot of a curd, of curd to take butter out. This whole thing is being stirred and churned, like we call the milk, churning the milk ocean. That churning aspect is taking place all the time. Creation, the act of creation, the illusion that comes with creation, the objects of creation, everything is being churned and churned and churned. This churning and thing that is taking place is Shobanaha. This is the essence of Kshetrasagaram and the story that we shared a few days ago about churning the milk ocean and all that. That is nothing but the prapancham and our mind and this whole churning that is taking place. That the aspect of that is Shobanaha. So this is what Bhagavan is doing in our life. Please remember that that aspect of it is how He is present. He is present everywhere and He is present in this aspect also. So next one is Udbhavaha, Shobanaha, Devaha. Now, Deva immediately means effulgence. We have talked about it. But Adi Sankara gives so many beautiful meanings that he has tasted from this word. Several meanings he gives that with Swami says we will take up in our next class. And Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.